A thread by Carlos Osuita. I was going to write about blackface, but it's too stupid for me to stay interested. So then I was going to write about the magical Negro or the magic Negro, but nobody knows what it means anymore. The entire concept is misapplied in an effort to divide us. It is a valid concept. The magical Negro is a creation of white liberals. They give a black character special powers to help white people. The magical Negro isn't a real person. He or she has no human frailties or desires. They exist to serve white people. But now the term is used to describe any black person in a movie who doesn't see skin color. So it got too negative to really get into. I will say that you have noticed that in movies and TV shows, judges and police captains are usually black. This is another creation of white liberals. It's all too gross to get into. So instead, I'll talk about the main reason I love the John Wayne movie, The Cowboys. Roscoe Lee Brown as Jebediah Nightlinger. John Wayne pulled a fast one. Without fanfare, he replaced himself in the movie with Brown. Wayne is almost universally misunderstood on every level. His performances are packed with every emotion possible, and he's funny. So, of course, I love him in The Cowboys. But Brown steals the movie. I first saw the movie when I was 10. Of course, Bruce Dern scared the hell out of me. Dern blames the movie for ruining his career. This is false. Dern ruined his career by going over the top when it wasn't necessary. His mistreatment of Nicholas Bovey, the kid with the glasses, was improvised and unscripted. For example, he took him down to the river and held his head underwater. Dern says killing John Wayne ruined his career, but it's the way Dern played the role. Wayne died in the Alamo. There was no outcry. Wayne's death in The Shootist was even worse than in The Cowboys. And guess what? One of the men who shot Wayne was Bill McKinney. Recognize him? He was the hillbilly rapist in Deliverance. McKinney was a Beverly Hills tree surgeon and aspiring actor. Burt Reynolds knew him, so he recommended him to John Boorman. Novelist and poet James Dickey wrote Deliverance, and he was a psycho. He was physically enormous, and he demanded to be on set for Deliverance. All he did was cause trouble. He loved to scare people by getting up right into their faces and hint that he was a murderer. So, Bill McKinney was flown out to audio for The Rapist. He blew everybody away. Now, I always wondered how the hell actor Ned Beatty got through the rape scene without being traumatized. He was chunky and he had to be stripped naked, insulted, and raped. James Dickey insisted that Beatty and McKinney, his rapist, not meet before the scene. Dickey is the author of Deliverance. Dickey wanted Beatty's terror to be real, and Bill McKinney said, the tree surgeon, the good guy, fuck you. I'm not going to hurt someone just to make a movie. No way. Dickey was flabbergasted. Do you know who I am, boy? And McKinney said, yeah, you're a sadist trying to make me hurt someone for a movie. Fuck you. So Dickey said, I'll ruin your career, boy. This is your big chance. I'll destroy you. So what? McKinney said. I'll just be a tree surgeon then. Dickey went to director John Boorman. It's either him or me, he told Boorman. You get rid of him now or I walk. So Boorman threw Dickey off the set. Beatty and McKinney privately rehearsed the rape scene for 2 days. It was filmed without a hitch. Every single movement and line of dialogue was rehearsed. Beatty said he felt no fear or humiliation, and that freed him up as an actor. He said McKinney was the nicest man he'd ever met. Or how about Ted Levine and Brooke Smith? Just to summarize, Ted Levine played Buffalo Bill in Silence of the Lambs, and Brooke Smith played the girl at the bottom of the well. It puts the lotion in the basket. You know the scene. Levine and Smith met and spent time together before shooting began, Silence of the Lambs, precisely so that neither would be hesitant or traumatized during that scene. In fact, they became such good friends that they kept cracking up as they filmed it. So, back to the Cowboys. As I said, John Wayne is always great, but the movie shows that a man like Roscoe Lee Brown makes a better father. He talks to the boys and he recalls his first experience with a woman. When a wagon load of soiled doves is discovered, the madam offers the services to Nightlinger. Well, he says, I have the inclination, the maturity, and the wherewithal, but unfortunately, I don't have the time. I'd say he's the most filled in character in the movie, the absolute opposite of the magical Negro. And that is why when you read reviews of the movie, nobody mentions him. There is a terrible artificial barrier between black and white in this country. It doesn't have to be. I never discussed race with all the black acquaintances I've had in my life. The only time it ever came up was when two female black coworkers picked a fight with me after they insisted I comment on a model on the cover of Ebony or Jet magazine. So, excuse me. Whoops, I clicked on this and I shouldn't have. Okay. Ah, the fair skinned actress. There she is. Okay. So, anyway, I said she reminded me of an actress from the 1930s, and they immediately said she wasn't black. There's the picture of her. I can't blow it up. Anyway, it got really nasty. They went from friendly to forever hostile. I never discussed race with a black person ever again, except once. A black man said that black Americans fear excommunication more than anything, as in the case of Stacey Dash. And then from Forbes.com, mock Stacey Dash for her clueless personal politics, not her arrest. This is considered to be the voice of reason. Imagine a world in which you're mocked relentlessly simply for your politics. Oh, wait, that's exactly the case of Trump supporters. The same people who hate black people hate Trump supporters. It's a huge mess of pathology. I steer clear from the racism debate. It's not my fight. When I think of the Cowboys, I think of Jebediah Nightlinger. He was the father I wish I'd had and the man I try to be.